Hi everyone, my name is Carol and I am the Engagement and Communications Coordinator here at TextLess Live More. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about TextLess Live More, and I'm going to start by telling you all a little bit about our story and our purpose. And then I'm going to go into some more information about our current situation, which is social distancing. And pretty much I'll tell you all about what it is and how to do it and what not to do and how to just be socially distant and still be present during this time, and just some more ways for you to be able to live more while being safe and being indoors. So first, I am just going to tell you about who we are. So Texas Live More was founded by friends of Merritt Levitan, who was an 18-year-old girl who lost her life to a young person who was texting behind the wheel. And she is the inspiration and mission behind our organization. And our mission is very simple. Our mission is just to save lives and prevent accidents so we can make driving safer for everyone on the street. And if you look on the right side of your screen where I have texting and driving facts, these are just numbers to kind of show you the correlation between being distracted and driving. As you can see, drivers under the age of 20 have the highest proportion of distraction-related crashes, and then also distraction plays a factor in about 14% of crashes, which is a really, really big number. Pretty much, we drive distracted because we live distracted, and we form habits with our devices outside of the car, and then those things don't stop when we are behind the wheel. So here at Texas Live More, we believe that we need to work on digital wellness everywhere in our lives in every aspect, and in order to end distracted driving and to live more and get our digital independence back. So with that being said, too much screen time can affect our psychological and physical well-being, as well as our interactions with others. And so I have written down three main key things that you should be doing in order to get back your digital independence. And the first one is being able to maintain a tech life balance. So this means being able to put your phone down consciously when you know you don't need it. So whether you're doing homework or you're cooking, or going for a walk, you might not need your phone. So being able to put your phone away and put your phone down. Also, most importantly, when you're driving, being able to put your phone down. Secondly, it's being mindful of your screen time. Being mindful of your screen time is going to help you determine how digitally dependent you are. So there are apps on both Androids and Apple phones. On Apple, it's called Screen Time. The app is built into your phone. And on Android, it's called Digital Wellbeing, and you can download it on Google Play. And these apps help tell you how many hours you spend on your phone, as well as how many hours you spend on certain applications. So they will give you like a whole rundown, and what you can do is go through and see if you need to diminish or decrease your amount of time spent on like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever you may be using. And this will help you kind of get that control on knowing your usage and knowing how to put time down, put time away. And lastly, being able to find phone-free hobbies that you enjoy, whether that's like cooking, playing musical instruments, singing, any kind of art, literally anything that you know you can enjoy and do without your phone is also very, very important. And then, so here are some stats now about digital wellness, and this will kind of elaborate more on why digital dependence can affect your life. As you can see, 85% of smartphone users will check their phone constantly while speaking with friends and family. And that can also, and also 84% of adults can go on and cannot go, 84% of adults cannot go on an entire day without their phone in hand. This can become like 11 hours of your day being spent on some form of media. And then that can add up to like 5 years of your average of like, and then this can add up to 5 years of the average time of a person will spend on their phone. 5 years is a very big chunk of your life, in my opinion. But with all that being said, 2/3 of Americans still say that they would greatly appreciate some form of unplugging activity just to kind of help with their mental health. So people are aware that there is an issue with screen time, and people are also open to wanting to decrease their screen time. And also remember that these numbers are for the average American on an average day, but not that everybody is learning and working from their screens as well, socializing from their screens. These numbers are going to go up very, very drastically, drastically higher. So it's very important for us to use screens effectively during this time and efficiently, because again, we're going to be stuck indoors 24/7, and we're going to be reaching for our phones more than usual. So we have to make sure that we are using our phone to the best of its abilities for good and not for useless kinds of activities. But yeah, so great. Now I'm going to dive into 3 things you should be practicing at this moment. First, I'm going to talk about social distancing and what it is and how to do it and what not to do. And then second, I'll talk about our Together Our Part initiative. This is pretty much how to be more present and live more in the comfort of your own home. And then lastly, I'll give you guys some ideas on some challenges you can do to spice up your day while distancing from others. So first we have social distancing. What is social distancing and how do we do it and why are we doing it? Social distancing is remaining out of congregate settings and avoiding mass gatherings and maintaining distance approximately 6 feet from others when possible. And it is very important to know that it is less drastic than being in quarantine or being in isolation. Quarantine and isolations are used for people who are suspected to have the virus or have been exposed to it or believe that they might have it. So while social distancing yourself, there are certain things that you can still do, which I'll talk about in the next slide. But it is important to know that you are not strictly confined to be inside all day, every day. You can definitely still do some certain things. But yeah, so with this being said too, it's very important that we keep our relationships strong and secure in this time. And if we're going to be using our screens to spend time together. Cool. So these are a list of things you can do while social distancing yourself and cannot do, and things to use with caution. Obviously, the avoid list is pretty self-explanatory. Most of these places are currently closed, so you can't really go there anyways. But for the use caution column, these things only do in cases of emergencies. If you can spare yourself from going to the store and traveling, especially traveling, if you can spare yourself from not traveling, please do so. These are just things that you can do if you run out of anything that you might need to go get to the store, but it's better to avoid this too. But the things that are safe to do is a pretty long list. As you can see, there's more things that you can do that you cannot do. So definitely, take a walk, go for a hike, play in your yard if you have one, go on your balcony if you have one, go for a drive if you can drive. Anything like that is totally fine to do. And you're probably wondering if you can do any of these activities with people or your friends or your family. The answer is like yes and no. You can definitely do these things with people who have been socially distancing themselves and that are safe as well. Definitely you can do things outside with them. If you want to go on a walk with a friend, you can go on a walk with somebody who has been socially distant. And again, keep that distance. Don't do too much of sharing anything. But yeah, so there are some ways that you can still get human interaction while social distancing. And I'll be talking about the rest of the ways that you can still have fun and be present and live more in the following slides. So, being together apart. Being together apart is our hashtag that we're going to be sharing with you guys, and pretty much we'll discuss ways to keep your human connections strong while keeping a safe distance from other humans. It is very important during this time for you to facilitate quality time, whether it's with classmates, friends, and family. Definitely see if you can take some time during the day. If you feel like you need it, to organize like some video chats on different video chatting platforms. to be able to still keep up with human connection, human interaction. Even if you can, like, try and have a study group online with your classmates too, just to get some work done and still be motivated with your schoolwork. And also important, try to engage more with the parts of your device that make you feel more grounded, and check in with yourself about how your device is making you feel. That way you can see if you really do need to be on your device in order for you to feel more grounded as well. All right, so now here are some ways to stay together while being apart. So we're going to be sharing tips and tricks on how to stay connected during this time on social distancing on our Instagram, mainly also Twitter. We're going to be using the hashtag together apart. Make sure you use our hashtag when you're sharing anything with us during this weird time of our lives. And we're going to be sharing more tips and tricks all throughout the couple of weeks that are coming up. So yeah, just use our hashtag and follow us to be able to stay in the loop with all of our fun ways to be present. So we also created a digital hygiene list of things you can do. Digital hygiene will ease anxiety, increase your happiness, and then filter out any unnecessary information that you might not need to hear during this time. So on the left, we have some things you can practice in order to make your phone a safer environment during this time. So we have things like sleeping with your phone out of arm's reach, changing your phone to black and white after 5 p.m., and screen free until breakfast. This can help give you like a really nice morning routine where you're more focused and more willing to like do things like chores or anything like that without checking your phones for distractions. Screen free meals as well, same deal. Be able to practice more mindful eating. And then also only keeping essential apps on your home screen, which means that you're using your phone for a purpose and not just for leisure. Turning off notifications will also help you focus so you're not constantly checking up on your phone to see who's messaging you. And lastly, unfollowing and muting content that does not bring you joy. This is very important in order to keep your timeline sane and just more refreshing and not as stressful as sometimes on social media can be. And then also remember to set limits on social media for yourself in order to not overwhelm your brain with information and opinions that you don't really want to hear right now. Yeah, and we actually have this initiative all year long. This is our Get Living initiative. And Get Living is just designed to battle distracting and destructive habits caused by our cell phones. So the whole main goal of Get Living is just kind of get you to take control back of your virtual lives. We have a 12-month calendar that is going to help you form new and healthier habits that have to do with your cell phone. And this month's theme in March is March Madness, and the theme is to decrease your screen time. So again, you're going to be using the screen time app on Apple as well as the digital well-being app on Android to track how much time you spend online. And then the goal is to decrease the amount of hours you spend on certain apps and also on your phone in general. So definitely share with us what you're doing to tame your March Madness this month using the hashtag GetLiving on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or all of the socials that we share. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. Definitely do these 3 things during this social distancing time in order to be more present and live more. Remember, social distancing is not quarantine, so you can definitely still go out for a walk, get some fresh air. Digital hygiene is going to help you kind of control what kind of media you're letting yourself be exposed to in order for you to keep your sanity and keep your focus and keep your mind right. And then lastly, quality time. Make sure you still make time to talk to others, even though you are confined to your home, preferably, to still engage and be present with people that you love and care about. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you follow us on all our socials. We have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. The tags are listed right on the screen. We also have these two hashtags that we constantly use, hashtag together apart and hashtag get living. Make sure you tag us on all of your socials when you are getting living and being together apart, as well as DM us if you have any questions or email us at info@textlessmore.org for any inquiries or any further anything you might want to ask us. But yeah, thank you for listening. Have a good